grab what you can.
Oh my god, this place is gonna sink.
Tuck, I felt something.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 action horror film Swim. A film that is directed by Jared Cohn and it stars Joey Lawrence, Jennifer Field, Tammy Klein and Andy Lauer. Now the film focuses on a family that head off to vacation. I think it's Hawaii or something like that anyway. There is like a huge storm that hits. It ends up getting flooded, and on top of that drama, there is also a hungry shark that makes its way into the house. And as the floods rise, so does the danger as the shark rises with the flood, with the family in the house. Right, what are my thoughts on Swim? Well, this is an asylum film, so you're probably going to guess where this review goes. This isn't a good film, guys. Let me just start by saying that. I've seen worse, if you want to take that as a compliment, fair enough, but it's not very good at all. Now, let me see if I can get some of the positives out of the way. Some of the camera work's decent in regards to the locations and the shots. It's okay for a low budget film. Some of the performances are of a decent standard. I say that with trepidation because it's a mixed bag in this film, and a lot of low budget films that I watch, and I'm sure you watch as well, performances can be so bad it really does take you out of the film. I'm not sure anybody's performance is so bad in this, or you're just completely taken out of the film. Maybe with one or two exceptions. But I think the main characters here do a reasonable job of holding your attention. Essentially, if you saw a couple of years ago that film, was it Crawl? The alligator one. Yeah, 2019 it came out. Crawl, I believe it was called. It's a good film. This is basically a remake of that film, but with a shark rather than crocodiles or an alligator. I forget what it was in that film, Crawl. And a massively inferior film on every single level. So my advice to you is just go and watch Crawl instead, because that's a much better film. Full attention, good effects, good acting. And it will genuinely, get you on the edge of your seat. Everything this film hopes to do, but unfortunately fails on pretty much every level. Another one of the issues with this film is, like I say, the storm itself is like a major plot point. So it's almost like a disaster flick as well, really, as well as a shark creature feature thing. So you've got kind of two things going on in this film. You've got the storm on one hand and the shark on the other. But they don't necessarily particularly gel well. I just couldn't get on board with this whole shark in the house thing. It just didn't work in any way, shape or form. You have scenes where the shark's attacking people in really shallow water, which is utter twaddle. The effects aren't good, the blood effects. The death scenes aren't particularly good or interesting or graphic. And the characters are just not interesting at all. Well, I certainly didn't. You don't care about their peril or the situation that you're in and how they're going to get out of it. And, look at this situation that they're in, what they're going to do. You don't care, because most of the time I couldn't even remember the characters' names. And there's so many scenes in this film that the film just didn't need. There's scenes at the beginning with the father in a taxi, with it raining in another state. So there's like phone calls back and forth. The film just didn't need it. The film would probably have been much better shaving off a good 15-20 minutes of this and just popping out a 70-minute film or something like that, and increasing the pace is what I'm trying to say. Instead, you get an awful lot of really unnecessary scenes. And I said the CGI and the effects are just not good. You don't believe the storm effects, and you definitely don't believe the shark effects. So you're left with a really unsatisfying film that just, for me, doesn't work. And there's so many shark movies now. I watch quite a lot and review them on this channel. I know Leo at Geek Legion of Doom, they're pretty much his favourite genre for shark films, really. He's right on it. Every time there's a shark film comes out, I guarantee you within either the day it comes out, or before it comes out, or the day after it comes out, Leo will have a review up on it. And, you know, there's very few of them that are what you would class as worth watching. Out of, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 I've reviewed in the last 12 to 18 months, there might be 2 that I would say, yeah, that's worth a watch. The rest of them, no. And this unfortunately falls in the really pretty poor category that offers nothing new to the genre, is not believable. The budget absolutely lets it down, and it's let's be honest, it's an Asylum film, so we shouldn't really be surprised by it. You know, as soon as you see Asylum associated with the film, you generally know it's going to be pretty poor, and this is no exception, which is why I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you found it useful. I will of course be back on the channel with plenty more content very, very soon.